Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a very important update for the entire VRA community. I know I haven't updated on this project for quite some time, but this is going to be worth the wait. Now, today may mark the bottom for Verasity. The current market cap for this project is $20 million or just under $21 million. It's up 12% so far for the day. This is still a nano cap project, so it's still very small. Now, we are fortunate enough to buy this at the low. It was one of our exclusives we gave out in our Crypto Crew Premium channel. But you all are probably noticing a few things. You assumed we saw the breakout, then we saw a sell-off, which many thought was a rug pull, and now it looks like we could start to see the upside move from our current price. Now, the reason why you're all watching this video is because you want to know, are we actually going to see Verasity finally break out? And I'm going to answer that question for all of you today. But here's the good news. At our current price area, it's a win-win scenario from my perspective. And here's the reason why. We are essentially at the bottom no matter what happens from this point on. The overall cryptocurrency market is going up. Bitcoin is going to make its way to $109,000. Altcoins are going to break out. The question is, does VRA simply stay where it is, which means it essentially remains at break even or produces a 20 or 30% gain? Or does it go up maybe 100 or 200%? Or does it truly break out from its current price area and produce an upside move of around 5 to 10x? That is the magic question. And I say an upside move between 5 to 10x because I'm talking about before the market peaks again. And as a reminder, Verasity has performed every single year, even if it's for a brief moment. When we gave out the buy calls at the lows in 2022, we saw a 462% upside move in less than 1 month. And again, if you missed out on that, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of these free buy signals and Verasity updates. So subscribed, perfect. Let's continue with the video. We saw the same thing in 2023, the same thing in 2024. But this year we haven't yet seen a breakout. So short term, we're looking at a 5 to 10x, maybe more, depending on the momentum that is built. But as I said at the start, this is a win-win scenario. And if this breakout does occur, this will be the start of the 100x breakout that we have all been waiting for. Because remember, this is a project we assume can achieve what it did in 2021, where it went up over 100x. From our analysis, even if price only goes back up to its all-time highs in this cycle, we are still looking at over a 36x. $1,000 makes you over $36,000. Now, with all that being said, we're not going to talk about that in this video. We need to talk about the breakout. So let's get straight into it. So $20 million market cap project had a great start to the month. We actually saw the breakout, right? So price bottomed out. We saw a breakout, and in fact, from the lows, Verasity went up over 281%. But then we saw the sell-off. So what happens now? Well, I'll be honest with you. At first, I thought we would probably see price stagnate. So, to be honest with you, from my perspective, I would say, look, if you can see a better opportunity elsewhere, it's probably best to take advantage of other opportunities in the market. I would not be relying on Verasity to make you rich this cycle. That is a fool's game. And why is that a fool's game? Because there's project right now that can produce 10, 20, 30, 50 X's in the short term. And if you want, you could buy all the Verasity in the world. So picking just Verasity is delusional, right? It's not strategic, it's not smart, and ultimately you're wasting your time, because if it doesn't work out, you've wasted a cycle. So that's number one. If there's other opportunities, I would make sure that I'm still taking advantage of opportunities. But with all that being said, would I trade out my entire Verasity bag? Or if I had some spare money, would I buy in at this area? Yes, I would, because it's, as I said at the start, this is essentially a make or break situation, but with, in my opinion, little to no risk. Because as I said, worst case scenario, you make immediately, let's say 20 to 200 percentage point gain from our current price, right? So no matter which way you look at it, this is a good price level, right? So that's the first thing. Now, you're probably wondering, but what are you leaning towards? What do you think is more likely to happen? And if you made it this far in the video, congratulations, because now I'm going to give you some exclusives, right? I'm going to give you some exclusives and what I think was going to happen. And if you haven't already, join the free Telegram group using the link in my description. I actually gave out some entries on some meme coins in that group that are up over 300%. And I will also have a video in there that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month in 16 days using our 3 to 10x strategy. Again, completely free. Just click the link in my description. Make sure you download the Telegram app first before clicking the link, otherwise it will not work. Now, let's continue. What do I think is going to happen? Well, I actually think Verasity will probably perform. I do think it will go up, at least in the short term. From my analysis, even from a worst case perspective, I actually think it could go up at least 100 to 160% in the short term. So 100% brings us to 0.004499. 150% brings us to 0.005493. Now, this is basically this upside move, this percentage move, in my opinion, has to take place within the next week or so, right? So either this week or next week, that upside move has to happen, because if it doesn't, then unfortunately, it runs a risk of not moving. But if the market peaks again, well, guess what? It's not going to rally when the market starts to sell off again, which is not what we want. So price has to start moving now. I do think we're looking at least 100 to 150% short term. In fact, I would, from a buyer's perspective, this is the area where you want to enter. You don't want to enter when this rallies. Why? Exactly as I said in my Crypto Crew Premium channel, if you're buying on the rally, knowing how volatile Verasity has been over the past few years, it's high risk. You buy and then guess what? 50% sell off. It's just too risky. So if you're looking for a buy, from my perspective, the lows is where the opportunity is. So this is essentially a last chance to buy if you are interested in a buy, right? And short term, 100, 150%. If this really does take off, really does catch traction, then we are looking at least a 3 to 4x in the short term. Again, I believe this all happens in under 2 weeks. So we could be looking at an upside move of 0.00012275. But I still deem this as a massive opportunity, and this breakout will signal the start of the 100x move. Remember, Verasity is not dead. It could remain flat even in phase 1, so even before the next sell-off, and then on the next rally that happens, it could end up going up 10, 20, 30x. Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. But this is a massive opportunity. Well done for remaining patient. For those of you that have been dollar cost averaging on the buys at the lows, congratulations. You're pretty much in a win-win scenario. For those of you that are down on this project, there's so much things you can do strategically to increase your overall profitability before the market peaks. Again, join Crypto Crew Premium. We've got a ton of projects you can enter, and I'm updating on Verasity in real time in that Crypto Crew Premium channel. So if you want a game plan, you want to know when we're selling, you want to know when we're buying, and more commentary on Verasity, join Crypto Crew Premium now. The link is in my description. But guys, it's going to be an exciting next few weeks. Make the most of this opportunity. This is your opportunity to become financially free. Now, until the next update, guys, remember to understand nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. And until the next update, guys, seize the day.